Rooted and Rising family, welcome back. Settle your spirit, breathe, and open your heart. Tonight's reading is a little different. This is a story woven through the tarot. So yes, tarot cards were pulled to formulate this story. This is a tale of the Alpha King and the Mermaid Queen. It's told in an ancient setting, long before our time. This is a story of love, separation, struggle, and divine reunion. Now, for some of you, pieces of this may resonate with your real life. And for others, this simply may be something that nourishes you as a tale of soul love, and destiny. So as always, take what resonates and leave what does not. And remember, when I speak of masculine or feminine, I'm speaking about energies, not gender. Now, let us enter the world of sun and moon. Let us step into the kingdom where the Emperor and the Empress were born, because Spirit has told a story tonight. This is the tale of the Alpha King and the Mermaid Queen. The sun and the moon, a love written before time. Before kingdoms rose, before oceans carved their paths, before language learned to speak of longing, the sun and the moon kept watch over worlds that had never touched. The Alpha King was born from the first sunrise, forged in warmth, crowned in courage, destined to lead. The Mermaid Queen was born from the first tide, woven from intuition, mystery, and the deep songs of the sea. Though divided by realms, they sensed one another. He felt her presence in the shimmer of every wave. She felt his warmth in every tide that reached toward the shore. Their souls bowed to each other long before their bodies ever could. Two worlds apart. Each stood in their own world, staring into the horizon as if trying to see beyond what was allowed. The king stood on the cliff's edge, rugged winds beating against his armor, staring down at the endless blue. He dreamed of crossing into the unknown, of stepping beyond duty, beyond fear, into whatever destiny whispered his name. Far beneath the waves, the queen floated in the quiet cradle of the ocean's depths, staring upward where sunlight fractured on the surface. She dreamed of rising, of emerging, of leaving behind ancient expectations and rules that held her heart hostage. Both felt the pull towards something more. Both sensed a crossroads has come, but neither knew which path would lead them to each other or away. The breaking of the old. The day destiny intervened, the sky split open. The storm was unlike any witnessed in their age. Winds tore through forests, waves rose like mountains, castles trembled, the sea roared in agony. This was no ordinary storm. It was a sacred breaking, a tearing down of everything that once stood between them. Old alliances, old fears, old illusions, all shattered in a single night. Though neither understood it, this destruction was the beginning of their awakening. The universe had cleared the path, but the path was far from peaceful. The conflict of hearts. In the aftermath, both found themselves tangled in battles not of sword or sea, but of spirit. The king argued with his own mind, torn between duty and desire. His council pushed tradition. His people demanded strength, not vulnerability. His heart demanded truth. War brewed inside him, a war between who he had been and who he was becoming. The queen battled her own expectations. The ocean whispered warnings. Elders reminded her of ancient obligations, but her heart beat louder than the tides. calling for something, someone beyond their world. Their hearts yearned forward. Their obligations held them back, and the friction burned like fire. Joy in the midst of tension. Despite the conflict, moments of light broke through the storm. The king found laughter again among those who supported him, people who saw through his armor and loved the man beneath. The queen found joy among her sisters of the sea, celebrations, dances, gentle reminders that love was worth the storms it summoned. For fleeting moments, both felt hopeful. Their spirits touched across realms. Their dreams aligned even before their feet did. These whispered joys kept the connection alive, even as the world around them resisted it. The departure before the return. Then came the moment that changed everything. The queen withdrew, not out of fear, but necessity. She stepped away from everyone and everything, walking through the water she once danced in. She left behind old ties, outdated roles, and emotional weights that no longer belonged to her spirit. The king, too, walked away from what once defined him. He stepped back from alliances, from pressures, from traditions that no longer honored the man he was rising into. They didn't walk away from each other. They walked away from what stood between them. Rest, reflection, and quiet awakening. Silence settled between them. A sacred, necessary quiet. The queen retreated to the deepest grotto of her realm, surrounded by healing waters. The king confined himself to the highest tower of his fortress, surrounded by candlelight and stillness. Neither reached out, neither chased, neither filled the silence. They allowed themselves to breathe, to heal, to reflect. And in that stillness, clarity took root. Their hearts had always known each other. Now their minds were catching up. The choice of love. When their healing was complete, it was as if destiny stood before them with an outstretched hand. Their spirits leaned toward one another like gravity pulling on the stars. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't fantasy. It was a choice. One made freely, consciously, without fear. A choice to reach, a choice to love, a choice to trust the divine thread tying their souls together. Soul bond reunion. When they met again, it was as if time folded at their feet. The king saw her rising from the water, moonlight draping her like a veil. The queen saw him standing on the sand, sunlight still glowing in his eyes. There was no grand speeches. There was no rehearsed confessions. Just recognition. A reunion of equals, of mirrors, of long-lost halves, finally returning home. Their spirits embraced long before their bodies did. The spark of a new beginning. Their reunion ignited something fierce and beautiful. The king felt fire surge through him, courage, purpose, desire to build. The queen felt creation awaken her, intuition, tenderness, a blooming of possibilities. Wherever they walked together, light followed. Wherever they touched, healing sparked. This was no ordinary new beginning. This was destiny blooming. Divine blessing and sacred union. Word spread across both realms, land and sea, that a sacred union had formed. Blessings poured from ancestors, elders, spirits of light. Prophecies whispered their names together. The threads of their destinies fused into one. Their love became more than romance. It became teaching. It became tradition. It became sacred. Their union would be remembered, not just for passion, but for purpose. Swift signs and faded movement. From that moment on, everything accelerated. Messages from the universe surrounded them. Symbols, dreams, synchronicities, shifts. Obstacles that once stood firm crumbled quickly. Pathways that were once blocked opened with ease. Everything began moving fast. It was clear. This was the time Spirit had been preparing them for. The shadow of regret. Yet, even in love, shadows exist. Both carried regrets. Moments they wish they had handled differently. Times they wish they had spoken sooner, chosen sooner, trusted sooner. They mourned the lost time, the missed signals, the pain endured along the way. But they did not stay in regret. They honored it and then rose beyond it. The night and the fear. As their union deepened, fear surfaced one last time. The king rushed to protect what they had built, sometimes too fast, sometimes too forcefully, driven by the fear of losing her. The queen wrestled with the remnants of old doubts, illusions of limitation, shadows of past wounds, memories that whispered lies. Yet through it all, they chose each other again and again. Their fears were loud, but their love was louder. The return of the emperor. The king rose into the fullness of his destiny. No longer a man torn by war within, he became the emperor, grounded, confident, loyal, protective, a leader not driven by fear, but by divine purpose. He returned to her not as a man searching, but as a man who had found himself. The rise of the Empress. And the Queen ascended into her highest form, no longer limited by expectation. She became the Empress, abundant, nurturing, intuitive, radiant, a divine feminine force who healed by simply existing. She rose to meet him, not as someone needing rescue, but as someone ready to build alongside him. Together, the Emperor and Empress, sun and moon, became the destined pair Spirit always intended. Their story is not just a love story. It is a journey, a transformation, a healing, a sacred reunion written before time itself. As always, rooted and rising family, stay rooted, stay rising, and aligned with all the divine gifts ahead.